Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Kenny
And Tony.
and we're Dotson's Adventures. We would like for you to like and subscribe. We promised you a special guest, as you can.
Before you get started, I wanted to give a shout out to two of our very loyal supporters out there. So if you're watching this right now, thank you very much, Natalie and Riley. Okay, continue.
Oh, as promised, we were going to have a special guest, but as you can see, no show Todd. It's not the first time he stood us up on stuff. He always plays it off that he's not the one that does this, but he does more often than not. He promised us one year he was going to wear a dinosaur suit at the Carolina Rebellion. Still hasn't happened. All kinds of excuses. There always is an excuse. Dude got lost on a straight shot from the venue to the hotel when he's with us. Was gone for 2 hours. That's what me and Tony call pulling a beef. He pulled another beef on us. So we were going to go over his perspective of the Louder Than Life lineup. So instead of doing that, we're going to go right to the necessities you need to bring when entering the festival grounds.
It's just some of them. I'm sure there's more.
One thing, we purchase a locker every year. Once we get everything in through the gate the first day, we put it all in the locker and we don't have to worry about getting stuff in the next day.
Leave it overnight for the whole festival. Works great.
Yeah. So we're going to put it on the top of the list is a backpack.
And it has to be a clear backpack for the festivals now. You can't just take any backpack.
That's kind of a pro sports type thing.
I guess so.
They've carried it over, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So on the list, what do you got, Tony?
Sunscreen. That's a must. Even if you think you're not going to get burnt because it's not that sunny out. It's a little cloudy and overcast. You will get burnt.
Oh, I remember that day. We was in Columbus, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen. No sunscreen was applied. And a lot of swelling went on. It's the worst sunburn I've ever seen in my life. Eyes almost swelled shut. Lips real big. Whole face.
It was terrible. Terrible.
It caused us to stay an extra day in Columbus. Because at that time, yours truly did not drive. And this was the driver, and she couldn't see to drive home.
I could not see.
And heard other people complain about they didn't like putting lotion on. Well, you can get this bougie sunscreen that goes on as a powder. You can just brush it on if you want to. You don't have to feel the lotion part of it. We saw that on some other vloggers, and they talked about how good it is. Oh, by the way, I dressed up for No Show Todd. In case you was wondering, put on my Sunday best. What else you got for us, Tony?
A hat. I always wear a hat to avoid burning my scalp where my hairline is. And it also saves me from getting a headache as much because it keeps the heat off of my head.
Funny story about that is our cousins from Ohio, the Dotsons, Shane, has his favorite lucky hat. The reason it's lucky is it's a fishing hat. Amy hides it from him every year because it stinks.
Okay. Chapstick. My lips always get dry during the festivals for some reason. Heat, wind, I don't know, dust, whatever it is. So I always have to have my chapstick.
It's all that singing she does. Don't let her fool you. She does a lot of singing.
I do.
A lot of singing.
That's not just at the festivals, though.
No, but it's an all-day thing at the festival.
Yeah.
from start to finish, and she's talking from the time she gets up to the time she goes to bed, which is unusual for my wife. But we're usually hanging around with good people, some friends. We usually not hang around with Todd all day. What else is on your list there, Tony?
Poncho for when it rains. They won't let you bring in umbrellas, so that's your next best thing. We always bring the disposable ones that you can usually get for $1 at the dollar store, Dollar Tree.
To go along with that, I hate wet feet. If rain is in the forecast, I bring these rubber shoes to go over top of they slip right on over top of my other shoes, and then I trust right through the mud all day long or through the rain. That's just me. Hate wet feet.
You could always bring extra socks too if you wanted. Well, you'd have to bring extra socks and shoes because your shoes will be wet too. But that's just more room it takes up in the locker.
What's next on your list?
Extra phone battery. We use that all the time. We go through the phones like crazy. We're constantly taking pictures, taking videos, texting each other. Where are you at? What do you want to do next? Look at this crazy guy behind me.
Here's another thing. If you're trying to do anything online with that many people connecting to the cell towers, it takes longer to connect. So your phone is constantly looking to connect to stuff. So early in the day, it'll connect pretty fast. Later in the day, it won't. So it drains the battery a lot faster, by the way. So if you can not post until you get back to the room or not at all until that weekend, it would be better on your batteries, by the way.
We do some live videos sometimes too, and also the lockers have chargers in them now too. If you get those, you could always put your phone in for an hour or two and then go back and get it if you don't bring the phone battery.
Speaking of lockers, do you remember how much the price on the lockers were this year?
This year was $95. What is up with that?
It is an extra day.
$95.
Oh, and by the way, to go along with the sunscreen, there ain't no shade. I just got through seeing a video where they were putting some gravel down and stuff. There ain't no shade there.
Unless you get VIP, which we don't.
No. Maybe if you like and subscribe. What's next on your list?
Wet wipes. I like to have those to wash your face. If you get something in your eye, sunscreen in your eye, wipe. If you get sticky from eating and you're not near a bathroom, anything those can be used for.
You never know when Todd will spill something on you.
Yeah.
Not just Todd, but a Toddish in your group or a Todd in somebody else's group. He'll spill something on you.
Yeah.
Sunglasses.
Yeah.
As ZZ Top says, you better bring a cheap pair.
Cheap pair.
Because with the moshing and the crowd surfing and just the hooligans of throwing beer bottles some people do, you'll get cracked in the head. You'll end up with a glass missing. You'll end up losing them.
Yeah.
I would suggest cheap sunglasses because you'll buy a pair of cheap sunglasses at the venue, but they won't be cheap.
Yeah.
Trust me on this.
Which we still end up buying because the cheap sunglasses we brought end up breaking.
Yeah.
But we gotta have them.
Also would suggest cash.
Yeah.
Cash. Instead of relying on your ATM card, cash. That way you can just walk up. You don't have to worry about slow service. You don't have to worry about going to an ATM. Cash.
ATMs always have fees attached to them and long lines sometimes.
I think you need a good pair of shoes, a pair of good socks, maybe even double your socks up to keep your feet comfortable all day. There's a lot of jumping. There's a lot of dancing going on. So you want to get a good pair of shoes. You want to check the weather to make sure you're in the proper attire. Long sleeves in case it gets cold. You want to bring that in a bag for later on that night. Maybe even possibly pants if it's real cold. But if not, you want to check the weather, like I said, and shorts or sleeveless shirts, a tank top, something like that. be more prepared for the weather.
Ziploc bags are always good to have too, to put your phone in if it rains, put your valuable electronics in if it rains.
Yeah,
they're great.
Ziplocs work with your phone. You can still take pictures with them, and your phone's got an extra barrier for the elements.
Those are just the main things that we bring. I probably bring a lot of extra stuff like medicines and Band-Aids. But you could always get those at the first aid center there if you needed to.
So, I've contacted FEMA about this nationwide epidemic we got going on right now. A lot of concerts have been announced. They need to start bringing in some money so we can afford to go to all these. FEMA, if you're listening, this is a nationwide epidemic. It's a natural disaster, if you will. They need to get involved and start supporting some of us, especially the ones that have worked all year long through the pandemic last year. We need some financial help with this. FEMA, get on it. Therefore, it's a huge, huge list of shows coming.
Yep.
Huge list. And one of the festivals has been moved. Rocklahoma has been moved. Now, they're going to be headlined by Zombie and Slipknot and Limp Bizkit. And it's usually a Memorial Day weekend, and they've moved it to a Labor Day weekend. It's out in the middle of nowhere, by the way, and it's usually terrible weather for Memorial Day.
Hot and dusty and muddy and rainy, all kinds of stuff.
So I'm hoping maybe the change in the weather might work out better for this venue, for this festival.
I think they had a tornado one year.
They did?
So maybe September will be better weather.
Right. You have anybody else on that lineup that you'd like to mention?
No, well, there was Zombie and Slipknot and Limp Bizkit are the headliners. There's a bunch of bands on there just to mention a few: Hailstorm, The Who, Motionless in White, Stephen Pearcy from Rat, Puddle of Mud, Candlebox, Pop Evil, From Ashes to New, Tremonti, John 5, Seven Dust, Diamante. There's a bunch. Bullet Boys.
This festival, more than any other, goes with the new current hard rock, and they also like to sprinkle in some classic hard rock bands, even hair bands.
Some 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. More than any other, festival out there. They do that more regular than any of them.
Some of the like Epicenter and Carolina Rebellion had started doing that a little bit with Def Leppard and Tesla. Some of those bands, Scorpions.
Yeah, I wished they had pushed their schedule to the fall too. And I've heard rumor alert. I'm not stealing Nikki's thing. I heard that the Epicenter Carolina Rebellion was looking for a new venue.
Again?
Yep.
Thought they were coming back to Rock City.
Heard they were looking. Heard it just this week. It's a rumor though, so probably no festival actually in Charlotte, unless they can find a place to put it.
Not good.
Nope. Because if it goes back to Rockingham, Rockingham's a disaster, guys.
We don't go to Rockingham.
It's, traffic in and out's terrible. Cell service is terrible. There's nothing about it. Although I say that, we went because of foos.
We did go the one day. We didn't go the whole festival.
All right. Judas Priest announced the concert, whole tour. So that leads me to believe that they're either all here in America and don't have to worry about going through quarantine, or I don't know. They speculate. Nah, it's got to be they all live here, I'm guessing, or the majority of the guys live here now.
Probably.
Just a wild guess, speculation, if you will. Don't hunt me down and tell me I'm wrong. But they've announced the tour. I don't know who's with them. Sabaton.
Sabaton.
Yep.
Sabaton.
And when does it start?
September 8th through 11/5. Just two notable dates for us local to here. 9/13 is Charlotte at PNC, and 9/14 is Raleigh at the Red Hat. Which is weird because Red Hat and PNC don't usually have the same amount of people they hold, do they?
No. Raleigh, the outdoor amphitheater is a small amphitheater. As many of y'all know, there's basically two different sizes of outdoor amphitheaters now. And the Red Hat is the smaller amphitheater, and of course PNC is a indoor.
Outdoor.
Is it outdoor?
Yeah, it's the Blockbuster.
Yeah. So I don't know why why it's two different sizes. Unless there was another band that was booked it and couldn't get in there, maybe. Theory of a Deadman is going on tour. You got any information on that?
With Corey Marks and 10 years, starting September 6th through 12/17. They'll be playing September 9th in Charlotte at the Fillmore.
Avatar. I'm just say it. We saw him in Columbus, Ohio. He played right in the middle of the day, and he hollered out to the crowd, "You can all go home," because you just saw the best band you're going to see this weekend. Funniest thing we ever heard. It was very entertaining. I don't know how much of that goes on during his live solo headlining events. And who's with them?
Magic Sword and
I got a magic sword.
Talla, T-A-L-L-A-H. Starts September 1st through October 18th. And they'll be here in Asheville at the Orange Peel on 9/12. And we'll see them at Louder Than Life on 9/24.
That also leads me to believe that them guys have already made plans to come over here too. I'm speculating they wouldn't be able to get through for the quarantine COVID rules. But if they've got a full schedule, it leads me to believe they're going to be here, guys. So if you're going to any of the festivals that they're on, I think they're a done deal now. Shinedown, we mentioned them earlier, but they come back and release more dates, more tour dates. And one of them that's interested us is in Orlando. We had planned on being in Orlando. We're just going to stay one more day and go to a Shinedown show.
Why not? You're already there. I'd hate to leave that Saturday, and that's when they're going to be there. We can just stay Saturday and come home Sunday instead. That's October 9th.
Oh, Leonard Skinner, for my old people. Deb and Fred, this is for you guys.
I'm not old.
You're right. They're just retired. They're my idols. Leonard Skinner announced some tour dates, and their opening band will be Tesla.
They start 8/13 to 11/19, and 11/13 they'll be here in Greensboro at the Coliseum.
Jeff Keith, if you ever have the pleasure of talking to that guy, he's a mile a minute, and he won't stop. He'll talk about anything and everything. Great dude.
He's awesome.
Takes time with his fans.
He sure does. All of them do. All of Tesla does. I wish they were headlining somewhere local.
P.O.D.'s going out on the road. The boys from the South. And who are they going out with?
From Ashes to New, All Good Things, and Sleep Signals. And it starts 8/14 through 10/7. No North Carolina dates.
No North Carolina dates.
Closest is Atlanta or Savannah or Columbia, South Carolina.
The Doom Squad probably already knows this information, but Black Label announced the tour dates as well. Do you know who's going to be with them?
Black Label, Obituary, and Prong.
I like some Obituary.
They will be at the Orange Peel in Asheville on 10/29.
Orange Peel's a great venue. One of our favorites, guys. Fozzy has announced some tour dates with Through Fire and Royal Bliss. You know the dates on that, babe?
7/14 through 10/8. They'll be in Charlotte at the Underground on 10/3. They also have 2 other bands coming with them too, Zero Theorem and Black Satellite. It's 5 bands on that one.
So she'll start early, probably run late. People working there will be upset. Amigo the Devil. If nobody's heard of him, he's a funny dude.
He's really funny.
He's got some dark subject matter in his songs, and he's usually just him on stage. I wish he'd expand and have a whole band, but I understand why. You know, it's cheaper to drink alone.
Maybe he will when going out on this tour.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll bring some people with him.
He's going on a headlining tour. Got some dates for us?
August 18th through 11/18, and first half of that is with somebody named Stephanie Lambring.
Stephanie.
Second half is Ivy and the Strange Band. He'll be in Charlotte on November 5th. I don't know where because it did not say on his little poster here. I imagine it will be somewhere like the Underground, maybe even Amos's. I don't know.
He's also going to be at Shaky Knees in Atlanta, the festival down there. Shaky Knees. I thought about going down there, and then I looked at the tickets, and I went, to see Amigo the Devil? I'm not paying that. Because there's a lot of other bands that I'm not that interested in on that lineup. Black Dahlia Murders and After the Buried tour.
They also have some bands coming with them.
Carnix. These are the ones you can really tell their names by because of the scribbles. Yep. So, nope. Can't get that one.
You got that?
No, don't have that one either. There's 2 more other bands on that bill.
Oh, you can't see it.
We'll post it. We'll post a picture.
If you know who they are, you can comment.
You're probably a big fan.
And let us know because I cannot read that. They will be here in Greensboro at Arizona Pete's.
Arizona's Pete's.
On 9/29.
Don't think Arizona's a big place, so you can get 5 bands in there, and whoo,
that's gonna be an interesting night there.
You can get some moshing done right there. Maybe even some.
I thought that was a country club.
Yeah, don't know anything about Arizona Pete's.
I just thought Arizona Pete sounded like country.
Maybe you can get some
sort of like Coyote Joe's.
Metalcore dancing in.
Yep.
Architects is going on tour as well. I'm hoping they bring the symphony. Got dates?
November 2nd through 12/2. I know I said that weird. 11/13 in Raleigh at the Ritz.
And then
Jinjer, Suicide Silence, All Hail the Yeti. 10/22 to 12/12. 11/28 in Charlotte at the Underground. But you can't go if you don't already have tickets. They are sold out.
Keep looking though. Sometimes when they sell out a show, they move it to a bigger venue. Guys, keep looking.
Sold out.
Keep looking. Keep looking for tickets because they may move the venue. May move the event.
I think.
I think that's all we had on this one. There's no time frame on our guest. If we'll ever reschedule him, because it's not looking good. And by the way, he was the number 3 most requested guest that we had. He was number 3 on that list. Number 1 was Lewis. Lewis has not showed up neither, by the way. And Danny Wilmer. Danny Wilmer hasn't showed up neither.
He's not gonna show up.
But that was the 3 most requested guests we had.
Wow.
Lewis, Danny, Todd. Todd was 3rd, by the way. Yep.
Lewis beat out Danny Wilmer.
Yeah. Sure did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think Lewis may have voted a couple times.
I think Mike Rose would be a good guest, but he lives too far away.
Mike Rose has no idea of any of the subject matter we'd be talking about.
He's funny. And he would try.
He would try.
He's got Guns N' Roses stuff down pat.
And he likes Lizzie Hale.
I'm voting for you, Mike Rose.
We watched Rock Titans today. Is that the name of it?
Rock Titan.
Scotty J. Scott Johnson.
Yes.
If you haven't watched any of his production, we highly recommend that. We enjoyed watching his shows today. Today he did a couple interviews, and I think he's going to do some live chats. In the future, we would like to try to do some live chats. We've got a computer now where it's possible for us to put that on there. We're just waiting on our IT specialist to work out some details on that. Hey. And once the IT gets all the kinks worked out, we may try to go live on these.
We'll figure it out, because I'm also working on a calendar to show all the shows that are upcoming in our area, and we can give you better dates and places, and not only just rock shows, but in case you're interested in other genres.
Our next event is Seether and 3 Doors Down, my friends. Going to be in Columbus, Ohio. Actually, outside of Columbus, Ohio. We're making that trip up. We're going to stay with some friends of ours up there, some family. Once again, our next show would be Seether and 3 Doors Down.
July 17th.
Hopefully, get us a meet and greet package going on. We haven't seen it where either one of the two bands we're doing that quite yet. Once again, this is Kenny.
This is Tony.
Like and subscribe, and I hope you watch the whole video. We may even start giving away stuff next week.